After 4 challenging years and multiple shocks, Africa's economy is expected to rise to 3.8% in 2024 from 3.4% last year. For Nigeria to achieve its own share of economic growth for the year, the International Monetary Fund, which gave the projection in its regional economic outlook for Sub-Saharan Africa, recommends that the country needs to increase tax to GDP by widening the tax base and minimizing tax exemptions in order to increase revenue mobilization.
Continue to improve public finances with an emphasis on domestic revenue mobilization. This will help meet the region's vast development spending needs in the context of scarce concessional financing and high borrowing costs. Second, to sustain the focus on reducing inflation wherever inflation remains well above target.
The IMF is impressed that public debt in Africa is stabilizing at around 60% of GDP as a few countries have been able to return to international markets, but advises policymakers to trade cautiously.
I think Nigeria, first and foremost, needs to diversify its economy. Second, this also applies to the resources that the government relies on, which is, too much excessively on oil and not enough on non-oil revenue. For a country like Nigeria, Africa's most populous country, with all of those development spending needs, we think it's problematic that tax revenue to GDP is only 8-9%, when it should be, a lot higher, so that more resources can be spent on building universities, on building infrastructure.
For the institution, necessary reforms are needed for macroeconomic conditions to continue to improve in order to ensure that Nigeria can build its resilience to shocks, generate jobs, diversify the economy and improve living standards.